Hello everyone, I'm Neil from the REC and thank you for joining us today. And welcome to REC 2021 or hashtag REC Live 21 if you're talking about us on social media. And please do use that and the chat box to get involved during today. An REC conference is only an REC conference if we can hear your voice. This is our second fully virtual annual conference full of ideas, provocations and lessons for recruiters as we help to drive the economy. I want to start by thanking our sponsors for helping make today happen. In particular, our headline sponsor, Pixid VMS, also our gold sponsors, Bullhorn and Access, and our silver partners, Dell, Jump Advisory, Marsh Commercial, and Redwood Collections. Our sponsors' support is vital to days like this happening, and their stands are well worth a visit to discuss some of the great offers that they have. Do take time to pop over there and book a short call with the fantastic teams they all have joining us today. You can catch up with the REC team at our stand too. The last time we were together in this conference was in 2020, just 9 months ago in September actually, and the world back then looked quite different. Then too, we were in a period of relative unlocking after the horror of the first wave of the pandemic. But we knew there was an uncertain road ahead. Would the vaccines pass the test they needed to? Could we get them into enough arms to make a difference? And perhaps most significantly, what would the second wave that we all knew was coming look like? Our discussions that day were focused on preparing for recovery while weathering the storm, how the market was changing, and what we could do about it. More than anything, we were still in survival mode. The permanent market in the doldrums, the temp market bouncing back a little maybe, but still hugely fragile. Well, look at how far we've come since then. While we're seeing a third wave of infections right now, and it is important for us to remain cautious, the success of the vaccine programme means that we can begin to think about the world post-controls. And that means our economy is roaring back. Just last week, the REC AGM heard that economists were revising their assumptions. They are drawing forward the point at which the economy fully recovers from the shock of 2020 to later this year, having previously thought it would be in 2022 or even in 2023. Here at the REC, we can see that in the stories you are telling us about what's happening in your business. After the months last year helping members in distress, it's just been great to hear about how you're doing this year as the market bounces back. And bounce back it has. Our surveys suggest that hiring companies are more positive than they have been for years about the economy. And placements and billings data from our report on jobs backs that up, showing the fastest vacancy growth since 1998, the fastest improving permanent recruitment market since our survey began, and the temp market lodging its 9th straight month of strong growth. A better place to be than where we were last September, for sure. And that makes this a time filled with opportunity for recruiters, a chance to make a huge difference to clients and candidates, and with that, build robust, respected, and highly profitable businesses. By using our professional skills to improve processes for better matching, selection, and onboarding. By being centres of technological expertise, improving the efficiency of processes when we run them, but also, and vitally importantly, by improving our reach, ensuring everything we do promotes inclusive hiring will open up new opportunities for everyone we work with. Likewise, working locally and in the sectors we serve to address skills gaps will demonstrate how recruiters are the solution to the jobs market conundrums we're seeing. I've been hugely heartened by some of the innovative work we're seeing on this recently, from Programme 1, which is helping to promote a better ethnic diversity in our own sector, to REC members like CERT Group, who are investing in a hire, train and deploy model for the people they're placing in key shortage sectors. As an industry, there is so much that we can be proud of already. I've always said that part of the REC's role is to make sure that recruiters are respected as professionals outside the industry and make sure we feel pride in ourselves because of the work we do within it. So we can walk a little bit taller, and we should. Let me give you just a couple of examples from the months since our last conference that make that point clear. When the NHS came to the REC Healthcare Group and told us we couldn't have done it without you, acknowledging the role that agencies had played in the COVID response, keeping our NHS up and running. When the government came to us, the sector via the REC, to talk about how to ensure automated and AI hiring processes are fair. And perhaps most outstandingly, when we published our Recruitment for Recovery report, our study of the enormous impact the industry has on our economy through what we do. This wasn't a survey, it was a peer-reviewed deep dive into the real impact of the recruitment and staffing industry here in the UK. It revealed an industry with an impact on the economy greater than that of the law or of accountancy. One valued for its expertise, not just for its processes. One that is seen as the best in Europe, according to our client respondents, adding £7.7 billion of productivity to our economy every year. And one that had more to give. Up to a quarter of workers say that their current job is not a good mix for their skills. These are all signs of the role that recruiters and the REC have played through the pandemic, and that it's being noticed. That we have a once-in-a-generation opportunity right now at this moment to switch the debate about the sector from price to value, to jump from service provider to trusted advisor. I know many of you already have the deep client relationships that make this possible. Together, however, we can shift the dial for our whole industry, for our whole economy. When I met our next speaker, the Secretary of State for Business, Kwasi Kwarteng, shortly after his appointment, I used my favourite stat: 1 million new permanent roles every year and 1 million temps into workplaces every day delivered by the sector. His response? Wow. The pandemic, and perhaps Brexit, has brought a new focus to our economy, and people are seeing the value of the work recruiters do in a whole new way. Of course, there are challenges out there. New competition from platforms and other technology, candidate shortages in several sectors, improving diversity, regional growth, skills and supply chain issues. But they are questions for every firm in this country. If we can come up with the solutions as recruiters, we can position the industry to be advisors of choice on people issues for decades to come. That prize is big, and I'm optimistic. And that's not naive boosterism though. I'm optimistic because I know recruiters. I know our resilience, we saw that last year, and I know our entrepreneurialism. We're seeing that right now all over the country. The REC's job is to be here to help you through this. Today's programme has been designed to pick up on some of those big themes. We'll hear from business leaders, both recruiters and clients, and from the heart of Whitehall. We'll discuss key issues: technology, tax, climate change, international growth. But the REC team are here to help you every day of the year and to make sure that the standing of our industry is protected. On which note, a quick reminder from me to the few REC corporate members who are still to take their compliance test. That's due this week. We're championing brilliant recruitment every day, and the role recruiters are already playing in driving the economy. We don't need non-compliance or unfair practice getting in the way. So differentiate yourself, stand out from the crowd, and do what your business does best. Be clear your entire supply chain is working effectively and ethically. When we say that 100% of REC members have passed their compliance test recently, we are on a fantastic footing with government, the media and client businesses to demonstrate the invaluable contribution you make every single day, and will win more support for the sector as a whole. So get involved, make sure you take that test. Besides, you wouldn't want to miss out on what's coming next. Later in the year, a whole new business advice and support service begins from the REC, as well as new courses and new support on inclusive hiring. We have a really exciting announcement on that coming later today, so watch out for that. After 18 months though of helping members to weather the storm, it feels great to be able to focus on a bright future for the industry, but with the same certainty of purpose. At the REC, we'll always have our members back. Today's bit of that is this fantastic virtual conference, but it will only work if you get involved. So use the chat to share your thinking and pose questions for the panels. Our hosts can see them right here in the studio. And do get involved on social media too, using the hashtag RECLive21. Our team will grab and share all the best bits on social media and with the team here in the studio. All that is left is to get on with it. And where better to start than with one of my main points, the increased awareness of the vital role our industry plays. On that note, over to the Secretary of State for Business, the Right Honourable Kwasi Kwarteng, MP.